Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, or good evening, or good night, or for my insomniac friends at home, good Lord, why are you still awake? So, we are getting started with the first episode of Suburban Dad Gaming. Today we're going to be playing Conan Exiles, my favorite game. So, while I go ahead and get started making my character, let's talk about where the name Suburban Dad Gaming came from. So, of course, the obvious suburban dad who plays games, but deeper than that. So, once upon a time, when my daughter and I first discovered the game Skyrim, and by the way, we were late to the party on that, we were really amazed by just how cool, how open the game itself was, and really liked just the options that we had. Lots of insanity in terms of like what your character could be. So we were nerding out about that, as we do. And my daughter came up just commenting about how it was so cool she didn't have to be the stereotypical hero. She could, go ahead and join the Thieves Guild. She could join the Assassins Guild, and was so amazed. And I said, I know, right? Like, I can adopt children. I can build a house. I can get married. It's so cool. She just looked at me with this utter disappointment and said, Dad, you're not even playing Skyrim. You're just playing Suburban Dad the game. And so, Suburban Dad Gaming was born. So yeah, Suburban Dad Gaming, effectively the concept where I play games the wrong way. So that is what we're going to be doing here in Conan. So as I finish up my character, I'm going to go ahead and get jumping in. So finalize character. Suburban Dad. Let's see, inciting a riot, expecting the Zingaran Inquisition. Nobody expects the Zingaran Inquisition. And murdering a magistrate, as you do. Average Tuesday. So let's go ahead and confirm that. Jump on in. I do have a few mods going, just so you know. So I've got Pippi, as you can see there on the screen. Got Gustav's UI, as well as just a few cosmetic mods. Barbarian Barber, you can see all the hair choices I had. And immersive outfits, I think it is. Something where I can adjust the clothing. Basically just use kind of the built-in system that Conan has through sorcery, where you can do illusion effect on stuff. So here we are getting started, grabbing a whole bunch of plant fiber, which according to the journey steps, you're not supposed to do yet, but I always go ahead and get that started early, because early on, before you get that sickle, it is just super handy to go ahead and grab as much as you can. I also like to adjust, so I've always got the food as the immediate thing that will come up, so I can just click into it, hit F to use the food, and get my grub on as quickly as possible. I also enjoy early game that basically walking around and surviving for a couple minutes, you go ahead and go up an extra level. So always a cool fun thing. So journey step, we've got to eat and drink. So there we see, pull that up, hit F, immediate eating time. It does now want me to gather some plant fiber. So we're going to go ahead and run along and find some more of that. And on the subject of grabbing more and more stuff, get a few rocks along the way. Yes, it will tell me to grab more later, but rocks and sticks are pretty much everywhere, so easy to do. I thought there was more plant fiber along here. There are actually 5, I believe, different sections where you pop in randomly for the start. So if you look on the map, I'm down here in H, but there are a couple of them to either side along the bottom of the map there. So kind of random which one you end up in. So first thing I always do, grab my branches and sticks and the stone hatchet. I find to be the most useful early game tool, because it can do pretty much everything. Oh, hey, somebody's saying hi. It can do pretty much everything that any other tool is going to do for you. So it can chop down trees, as a hatchet will do. It'll also break up rocks. It'll chop up a animal you kill or something for food. Oh, bye Mr. Bat. So, yeah, always like to get one of those. So I've got my plant fiber, and I always have my meticulous way that I like to put things where I feel they go. I also never build the shirt for the starting clothes. Realistically, I rarely build much more than pants or gloves of the starting clothes. But if I'm just playing for myself, I will typically just do the gloves or the shoes, sandals, I guess, because they take less material. But since you all don't want to watch me running around in my loincloth any longer than you have to, I'll go ahead and cover up for you. So you're welcome for the pants. Attribute point time. I used to always go authority first. I loved getting that cranked all the way up. I love war party so I can have a couple of friends with me because, let's face it, I want to be as protected as I can. So authority is super cool. I used to prioritize vitality though first. I do my first 5 points in vitality, but learned a cool trick that I like to use as a little workaround for that. You can actually, if you get a dancer, then you will get passive healing like you get for the 5 points in authority. So I like to do that, and there's a spot we're going to be hitting to free our first friend from a cage. Gonna zip over there here in just a little bit, but you can often get a dancer there. Not always, not a guarantee, not a 100% spawn, but not uncommon. So I'm gonna play the odds. I'm gonna roll the dice on that. So we're just gonna come down here where we hear all the grunting and groaning from the there's the big boy over there. Shellbacks having some fun time with these little imps that just came up and bit me in the back. Hey, look, I got some imp friends to kill. Go ahead, go get them. Get them, boy. Good job. That's a good boy. Oops. That guy didn't pull up. Okay, get him. Get him. This is my new friend Trevor over here. Hi, Trevor. Get those imps. Oh boy, Trevor. So I'm going to go ahead and chop up a couple of these guys, get some feral flesh, get some hide. Oh, sorry, your loss will not be in vain. Sorry, Trevor, for chopping up your friend. Mind that. Trevor seems fine with it. We'll turn around now. Up this way. So yeah, we're just going to head on. Trevor looks like he's got things to do. So we're not going to take up any more of his valuable time. Oh, hi Trevor. High five, buddy. So gonna head out to the river now so that we do not die of thirst. Because, you know, survival game and whatnot. Hear the drums going on. My wife and daughter and I always refer to that as Jumanji. If you've ever seen the original movie or the newer one, the drum beats start going when there's the threat of an enemy. So, yeah, that's the Jumanji drums. There. I think Trevor has gone off to do his own thing. So we're going to go off and do our own thing as well. So there's a Defari camp over there that we are nowhere near ready to go for, but there is a cage up in that one. So eventually we'll go over there, free a friend. Not uncommon to get a crafter thrall from that one. Another imp over there. Too bad Trevor didn't come along. A few different spots I like to hit up first. One of them we're just going to run along the coastline here and come to. So I think I will probably just go ahead and cut the video here and zoom ahead to that spot. And we are back. You can see I've got a little friend coming. Jumanji drums going. Have not built a weapon yet, but why would you bother building a weapon when you've got good friends? So we have found some survivors, little camp over here, and I'm just going to bring my friend over here and introduce him to them. This is my friend Paco. I'm sorry, I don't mean to assume your gender there. Maybe Paca, not really sure. Pecan maybe. We'll go with gender. So Pecan absolutely did not do well. How dare you guys? So I'm going to have to avenge poor Pecan. So let me get some weapons going. Oh, I don't have wood actually for the shield. That is unfortunate. I do enjoy the sword and board build, but we'll do something else. So the stone hatchet will equip to your left hand, any of you don't know. Or the throwing axe. Sorry, I made a stone hatchet, I meant to make a throwing axe. Never mind. So throwing axe is what I should have made, and it'll equip to your left hand, and you can actually wield a sword or an axe or some other one-handed weapon with a stone axe, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I'll get my shield up, and I don't need the extra. I just almost clicked on it again. There it is, stone throwing axe. That's the one. So, since there are two of those jokers over there, I'm just going to do the sword build. Let's throw one of these out here for future usage. I'm trying to throw that guy away and he's not going. Because he's literally in my hand. Haha, that's why. Yep, cannot throw away a thing that you are holding, weirdly enough. So, sword board, boring as it gets, is my go-to. Oh, I'm sorry, Tyr. Love to do that combo with the at the end so that I get some knockdown going. They don't hit me nearly as hard when they are laying on the ground. Oops. There we go. Yeah, they just decided to lay down and take a nap. They're sleepy. Don't worry about them. They'll be fine later. They're just going to sleep this off. Yeah. So I just got some nice little crafter clothes. So I am an absolute fashion icon at this point. And over here. Rest in peace, Pecan. You are the best of us. I will avenge your sad, sad death, dying to save me and honor my glorious awesomeness of being the main character in this story. And I need to make some healing wraps. Oops. Yeah, let's get that going. So I'm going to get healing wraps going and get back on my way. And again, I'll bring you back when we are down where I'm going to find some more survivors and get some more armor. See you soon. Well, looky there. There happens to be a ghost hanging out. Before too long, there's going to be another ghost up on the shore, and he is going to shoot this poor guy, who is rocking a similar hairstyle to me, actually. It's like my big brother over here. Anyway, so once that guy pops up and murders our dear, dear friend. Oh, there he is. Good news, my big brother is going to write me into the will. No, no, Steve! Steve! Anyway, so yeah, Steve has written me into the will. There is a chest right down there with all of Steve's worldly belongings. So we're just going to cruise on down here. And, oh look, there's stuff. Thanks, Steve. Thanks for the stuff. I'm just going to go ahead and grab all of it and sort it out on shore. And the stuff that we don't want, we will be donating to charity. Yes, I get a tax write-off, but more importantly, the charity gets a boost from my generosity and to the memory of my dear brother Steve. So let's go ahead and get over to the shore. Swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. And nice little tent, love that. Ooh, steel arrows. A pillow, gotta love pillows. Notes, I do not need those. Those are Steve's private materials. I don't feel I should be going through those. I'm going to get rid of the banners. Don't generally use the banners a whole lot, but the large ones are just a bit unwieldy, particularly for a tent. What? Let's see. We are pretty close, actually, to where we were meaning to go. So if we look on the map, where I am right here, we can see the little island that is shaped like a really weirdly elongated R. The little ghosty guy comes right through there, and will drop nifty stuff in the chest for you. But we can see winking into existence over there the campfire and the guy we're coming here looking for. So there was always an exile faction slaver taskmaster guy over here, and because he is exile faction, he is pretty easy to defeat. Once again, we're going to see him down, and chow. And as we can see, he dropped us 5 arrows because he is a jerk. He does always come with the Hyperborean chest and loincloth pieces, as well as, not uncommonly, he will have the light armor boots, which of course give you carrying capacity. So he will sometimes drop really cool armor, except for this time he is a jerk. So I'm just going to go over here now and recruit some of Pecan's family members to come help me eke out revenge upon the exiles for Pecan's untimely demise. So we are going to zip over here. Come on, guys. Let's go avenge poor Pecan. Yeah, you guys know you want to. This is what he would want. This is not for my own selfish gain. There we go. Get him. Get him, guys. Yeah. Get him. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, Gator crew.
Die!
So, yeah. Get him, Gators. Gators are not doing anything. Stepping in and helping. I may have stabbed one of them. I am so sorry. But we avenged Pecan. That's what Pecan would have wanted. And these guys also dropped me nothing but arrows. This is the most horrendously offensive beginning ever. Why does no one want to drop me helpful stuff? Yeah, I know, first world problems. Anyway, oh look, weak aloe extract. That is always a glorious thing. And speaking of weak aloe extract, yes, with an E, not an A. Yeah. Anyway, extract. A nice little beginning tip for you that I actually stole from a Lightning Gaming video. Picking aloe gives you way more experience than picking regular plant fiber. So an early game tip, when you come across aloe leaves, go ahead and pick them and you will level up way more quickly from that than from most of the other hunting and gathering stuff you will do. So grab that stuff. Yes, it's heavy. See, I just went up another level. And realistically, the stuff you don't need, you can just drop. It'll respawn, no problem. Come back for it later if you do actually need it. But having a couple of those aloe extract potions handy for you. I always keep them in slot 7 on my hotbar. Just what I'm used to, what I practice, so I know where it is, so I can hit it without really needing to think about it. Which I recommend. Use the same hotbar setup, so your go-tos are where you want them. But yeah, getting that aloe, absolutely a nice, quick way to get some early levels going. Tapers off severely as you level up, so you're level 59, ready to hit level 60. Picking those aloe plants isn't really going to do a whole lot for you. But early game, getting from level 1 to 10, it'll help you out quite a bit. So I'm just going to swim across and go to our next spot where we're going to try to get some more armor. I will bring you back when we get there. Hello, friend. So we have a volunteer to help us go get our armor. So absolutely going to take advantage of that. Another one of Pecan's friends, loved ones, who wants to help me immortalize and memorialize Pecan's great work. Grab some branches as we go because it's journey steps. And get him! Yeah! There you go.
Die!
You did great. It's what Pecan would have wanted. Fantastic work. And I'm gonna not kill you because we were friends, we worked together, we fought together. I got more arrows dropped. So be well, my scaly friend. So yeah, that was disappointing. I'm going to cruise on further down Noob River and see if we can actually get something other than arrows dropped from these people. I will bring you back momentarily. Alright, so we are back. We are right here on the map, so we can see there's a little nubbin sticking out just to the east of where we are. Nubbin is a real geographical term, I'm sure of it. Just past this nubbin, we're going to run up here. There's going to be a crocagator, another one of Pecan's friends and family. We're going to run past and get him on our side, because again, we must avenge the loss of our dear friend Pecan. There he is. Hi. So we're going to run on over this way. There's going to be some guy over here who I'm sure was somehow indirectly connected to the passing of poor Pecan, and we must, honor the memory of our dear lost friend Pecan. But, oh, this gal, not this guy. So, yes. I believe this is Syria the Mad. Annika and Syria both look the same, but looks like a spear, so that's going to be Syria. Yep, there she is. Get her! Get her! Yeah! Yeah, get her, Crocagator. Yeah! Yeah! Okay, our attention there. Got her. Fantastic. Great teamwork. She is not dead yet. Oops.
Wasn't supposed
Sorry,
to be
I'll
like
avenge
this.
you. Thank God somebody finally dropped something other than arrows. So I just got some nifty armor that I am not strong enough to carry, but putting this armor on boosts my carrying capacity, and all of a sudden I am fine and dandy and looking good. Look at me in my oven mitts to go with my nice little skirt and toga. I am a fashion icon. Your memory will be honored, dear friend. Hi guys, sorry she killed you before we got here. We tried. So we're gonna run on up now a little shortcut I like to take. Actually, I'm starving. I'm getting close to starving to death, so I should make some food before we do anything else. But, see the waterfall up there? We're gonna be going to the left-hand side of that, zooming on up. There's a Dafari camp there that always has a cage, and on server it's really hit and miss whether or not you actually get anybody there. But in a single player game, it's pretty consistent that somebody will pop in. Doesn't mean that you'll never get anybody on server. Like I said, it is just kind of hit and miss. So have been a couple of times I've gone up there that I did get somebody out of there. Like I said, dancers will not uncommonly spawn in that particular cage, which is always the first one that I like to go to. And other times you can get other stuff. Got a Zamorian barkeep out of there one time. So can be some good stuff. But right here, right now, we're just going to go ahead and sit by the fire and wait for our food to cook. So bring it back when we're heading up by the waterfall. See you soon. And welcome back. As you can see, our campfire grew substantially while we were waiting. Okay, no, actually I swam across, and this campfire, this bonfire is always here. Nice little loot chest as well with some nice early game stuff. Just kind of sitting there waiting for you to take it. So got some weak aloe extract, some rough wraps. So gonna go ahead and grab these things. It's gonna probably make me over encumbered. I might have to drop a thing or two. Yep. So let's go ahead and realistically, the brick I'm not going to be able to do anything with for a good long while. I'm going to toss that for now and regret it later. Yeah, that is a future suburban dad problem. So me right now, super happy with that choice. So we're just going to run on up here along the path next to the waterfall. Nice little scenic overlook. Probably would be a nice spot to build, actually, at some point. I do love building. Oh, there's a little friend. Hey, buddy. So if I had somebody to fight, he would absolutely be there for me. It is good to know that I am not alone in this tough world of the Exiled Lands. So thank you, Pecan's friends, for always having my back. Anyway, as we come on up this path, just a fun little sightseeing for you. This is your captain speaking. If you will look out the left of the vehicle, you will see a light over there. That is where you can learn the Yog religion. However, as we go over there, it's not uncommon that a rock dog, rock nose, that's what they're called, a rock nose will pop out and come try to get you, and we're kind of low level for that, so we're not going to go there. This is where we are going to go. So there's some plants here, you can just run right through them. And coming on up here, there's a nice little deer hanging out marking the path. Thanks, buddy. Oh, you just gave birth to a rabbit. Congratulations. What a fine mother you'll be. So you can come up here. This little nook is the last place you'll be able to run. You'll have to climb the rest of the way. But even with no points in stamina, somehow I'm at 105 instead of just the regular 100. But even with no points in there, you can easily make it up here. Just veer a little bit to your right there, some nice flat terrain. And we come up here, there's going to be another little nubbin nubbin is apparently a geographical word again. Going to climb up that. And just run up this last little bit. Basically, we have come to the back door entrance to a Dafari camp. There is always a bearer hanging out here. If you're really lucky, it'll be a 4-star bearer. Not because you can knock him out and do anything at this point, because I'm not level 10 yet. But because the 4 stars, tier 4, will often drop you some of the light armor, which is super cool. Granted, we've already got the heavy stuff, but ultimately, I'm going to be putting that on a thrall, which, as you can see, there is somebody hanging out there in the cave just waiting for me to save them. So we're going to lure this bearer over here, and I want to only draw aggro from the bearer. There's also a jailer back there, and I do not want to fight them both at the same time. There we go. So the bearer has picked up our scent, and has teleported away, and has picked up our scent again. A little bit of a wonky game moment there.
I will feast upon you!
Is planning to feast upon me. I would prefer not. So if we could arrange to not feast upon me, that would be great. Thanks. Always fun when you have -3 stamina going on. I'm not There we go. Knock her down. I always like the knockdown to give me a chance to build up my stamina again. Down she goes. Okay, we didn't get super lucky with that one. She did drop us a bearer box, which is always a good thing, but did not drop us a weapon. So sometimes, take down that bearer, you can get your first iron weapon for your playthrough. Can be a super handy thing. You know what, we're just going to live here for a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and set up camp. Oops. There we go. Yeah, always nice when your post goes right through your campfire. That is a really good look. And campfires are also super handy as storage space. Why on earth do I have 2 beds? That is silly. I should have dumped a bed instead of dumping the rock earlier. Split that out, drop that one, and let's go ahead and set up a spawn point, because I forget to do that, and then I die and have to run back from I was going to say New River, from the place down in the desert where you spawn, the Forgotten Road, Broken Road. Broken Road, I think, is the Rascal Flatts song. I don't think that's what I mean. But anyway, yeah, I don't want to go there. Instead, I want to come over here. Oh, look, that's a dancer. Hi there. You will be healing me shortly from all of the wounds I am about to take from this guy, and I forgot to heal up before this fight, so this will be fun. Also forgot the target lock on that one. I don't always target lock, but when I do, it's Eki. Stay target locked, my friends. I am the most interesting exile in the world. God really got the jailer. Cool. So the jailer thinks he is going back. and therefore has stopped fighting us. Ooh, and he's right, he is going back. Rud. I could not run up that little ridge there. Don't worry, Dancer. I got him. By the way, I hope you like the outfit that I'm wearing because I will be putting it on you shortly. Because, you know, keeping you alive. There we go. Fantastic. So there's our first iron weapon. So nice little iron warhammer going on. There's the key to get our friend out of the cage. And we've got a little bit of armor. Horrendous little loincloth there. And our first friend. Well, hey, pal. A dancer, too. So basically, the thralls you're going to get down here are going to be the exiled faction. They don't always walk in slow motion, but when they do, it's pretty fantastic. It's really dramatic. Too bad I don't have an exploding orb. I could have thrown it behind her. It could have been like an action movie. But as we can see, 220 hit points starting off. Not great, but that's why we throw the heavy armor on her. So that way she stays alive. Meantime, I'm going to swap some of my stuff out, covering up that loincloth with our nice little blacksmith apron. These things will give me some more armor. And unfortunately, when we put these things on her, her armor rating is going to drop a little bit. The dancer skirt was giving her 20 of that health, but was also only giving her 8 armor as opposed to the heavy tasset gives 100. I don't teach math, but I'm pretty sure that 100 is at least 3 more than 8. At least 3, maybe more than that. So yeah, we got a friend. And I've got some savory flesh in my inventory. Will turn into grilled steak. Pop that in her inventory so that as she levels up, she will level up with vitality. So we'll get that on her and go start leveling our friend up momentarily. So be back soon. Alright, we are back at our beautiful little camp and have our friend Dancy Pants McGee here. So she is all ready to go. She is armored up. I went ahead and gave her the Iron Warhammer so she can do a bit more damage with that instead of her stone daggers, which do inflict some bleed, but they don't do a lot of damage initially. So another reason that I love this spot to get my first thrall is I can run right down the hill here, and we've got nasty, nasty birds to fight. So I have an irrational phobia of birds. They are in fact demons. So watching my follower take them down, super cool for me, very therapeutic. And we chop up the bird, as you can see, just got some more savory flesh, which of course then when we cook up becomes grilled steak and keeps boosting those hit points. So like to have my friends have a lot of hit points. And yes, demons, but not the baby ones. I'm not a monster. I'm irrational for the birds. Get her, Nancy. Oh, always fun when you chop them and then they go flying. Bird juggling, my favorite Olympic sport. Oops, I think I just heard a couple of them cawing. Yep, we got a couple of birds.
Taste death!
And my friend has a war. Haha.
Die!
The area of effect attack. So as we can see, birds are great for some early level in. So she has already leveled up 2 times, so 324 hit points now, and she is out of grilled steak, so gonna zoom back up and cook some more up for her. But if you will pay attention to my hit point meter there, notice that it is slowly crawling up because I've got that entertain buff. So yeah, Dancy Pants is taking the place of the vitality perk for me. So always a good thing. It is super dark now, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to find my way up the hill, which is very hard in the dark. There we go. And I will bring you back when we can see. So, see you soon. What? Morning already? Oh, come on, Dancy Pants. I want to sleep a little more. 5 more minutes. Early bird gets the worm. No, the early bird gets murdered and turned into grilled steak, which you now have in your inventory. Fine. I guess I'll get out of bed, which this is not the conventional way to get out of bed. Let's do it this way instead. There we go. I will stop defying gravity despite what Alpha tells me to do. So, come on, Dance Pants. So, as we can see, she's got some steak ready to go now. And I have some shredded roast, which I'm going to go ahead and chomp down on because my hunger was up, and so is my thirst. So we are going to go ahead and jump on back down here by Noob River and see if we can get my character looking a little cooler, some actual armor, instead of having me run around looking like I am basically somebody you just captured from the Scoundrel's Refuge. That's not what it's called. That cave with crafters that lots of people go to. It has a name. Sinner's Refuge, that's the one. So, Dancy Pants, you with me? Okay, you're so quiet back there. So, not like Trevor. Trevor made a lot of noise. He had a lot of things to say. Wonder how Trevor's doing. I should write him a letter sometime. Gonna be heartbreaking to let him know about Pecan. Those two were close. So, how about that stamina workover, right? Remember when we used to not have the screen gray out? Well, actually, I guess the screen did used to gray out, then they stopped it, then they went back to it. But I started playing it after they'd already stopped it. So, taking some getting used to for me. I still find myself caught off guard from time to time when all of a sudden my screen goes gray. So, Dancy Pants and I are going to keep on with Pecan's relatives, and I mean, while he's super cool with me, I'm not sure that he is feeling super chummy with Dancy Pants. So I'm just going to bring him over here. He's probably going to play with the Shalebacks over there for a bit. Oh look, sightseeing. Shattered Bridge. It's a bridge. It's pretty shattered. That is some clever naming on their part. And there's my gray screen again. I end up running a whole lot more when I've got a follower. I just feel like ridiculously overconfident because I have a tier 2. So speaking of feeling overconfident, let's go fight these guys. Oh no, not the baby, not the baby. Fight the baby. I just hit the wrong button because I had my throwing axe out. Ed now has a throwing axe sticking out of his face. He's a unicorn. Look at him. He is a unicorn shaleback. That is exquisite. I love that. I need that in the game. Funcom, if you're listening, I need a unicorn. Put that on the bazaar. Actually gift it to me for free because it's a good idea. That's the only payment that I ask for that. So, yeah, got my throwing axe back. So, like I said earlier, and then completely forgot to come back to because there was a squirrel and I got distracted. If you have a sword in one hand and the throwing axe in the other, you can start off with your soft attack. If you're using a mouse, the left click, and then just spam right. and you will do that cool attack. Which, let's not lie, looks really cool. Ultimately, I'm better at staying alive when I use my shield in conjunction with it, but let's be risky. I've got a tier 2 follower. I'm basically invincible. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming. What do? We kill that guy. Oh, there you go. He is attacking a member of Pecan's family. It is a matter of honor now. We must avenge our poor lost but not forgotten friend Pecan. Oh, never mind. The propagator went ahead and took him out. Dancy Pants, no, don't do that. That's our friend. Darn it, Dancy Pants. Look what you've done. You've leveled up. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some more steak because, you know, she gets hungry sometimes. Another fun thing you can do to save on food, throw the wraps in there, hit F, and as we can see, she'll go ahead and do that wrapping up motion. Not quite the wrapping like, you know, Marshall Mathers is known to do, but still wrapping. It still counts. Oh, I have a journey step. Harvest stone with my pick, which I crafted earlier off camera. Complete that journey step. Do that. Look at me go. Place my bedroll. Ka-chow. Immediately pick up my bedroll. Slay an enemy. That's a thing that I have done multiple times, but some of the journey steps retroactively will complete. That one happens to not be one of them. Just go ahead and repair my sword. Swimming across. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do the shield too. Except that I'm not at all going to do the shield too. Yeah, remember when I dumped all that stuff in the fireplace so I didn't have to carry the extra weight? Left the wood in there. Grab some plant fiber, get a few of those crafted, and there we go. So yeah, no cool new clothes from that guy, although we are almost level 10. I'm almost up high enough level that I can unlock armor and make stuff for myself with an armorer's bench, but let's face it, it is more fun to go ahead and just take stuff off of your fallen foes. Oh, that's a baby. Hey, buddy. Unfortunately, for my little friend here, hey, buddy. Hey, it's okay. Come here. Come here. Oh, yeah, he likes Dancy Pants better. Understandable. Anyway, so once you get to level 10, you can unlock the Thrall Taker, so yeah. I can go ahead and knock people out and force them to be my followers, which I remember earlier when I talked about playing games the wrong way. We're not going to do that. I am completely going to ignore Thrall Taker. I am not going to knock people out and enslave them to be my friends. I learned over the years that there are better ways to make friends than enslaving people. So instead, just like we did with Dancy Pants over here, I'm going to go ahead and just free people from cages, and that is how we will make all of our friends. So those of you who are waiting for the episode where I go up to the Mountains of the Dead and get my backside absolutely handed to me when I'm trying to knock out a Sumerian Berserker, unfortunately that's not going to happen. Instead, I'm going to go up to the Mountains of the Dead, get my backside absolutely handed to me with some inferior quality thralls, while I try to get armor from that Sumerian Berserker, who basically stomps me into the ground and then laughs at my mangled corpse. Speaking of mangled corpses, hopefully we can get some medium armor off of the soon-to-be mangled corpse of Enika of Samaria. Fancy pants to get things started.
Curse you!
And super cool. That's right. I've got a nifty leather skirt. Which is going to look really funny with my apron. So for the sake of fashion, we're going to go ahead and take the apron off. That's right, we're bare chesting it. We're getting rid of the loincloth. Yeah, now I look cool. Don't I look cool, Dancy Pants? I'm going to take that as a yes. So yeah, basically, this is my favorite way to start off a playthrough, is just kind of zooming back and forth on Noob River here, taking out those guys, visiting Pecan's family, making sure everybody's doing okay, and help them through their grief, and of course, rescuing thralls from cages. So, Dancy Pants, of course, being the first, definitely not going to be in the last. I have a bad habit of taking way too many friends and never wanting to let any of them go because I become overly attached to digital people. In the immortal words of one of my former students, Moira, I care way too much about people who don't really exist. So, speaking of people who don't really exist, this shaleback is supposed to not exist among the living because Dancy Pants is an absolute monster. That's right, tier 2 exiled faction follower. I cannot be stopped. Literally invincible at this point. And I just hit level 10. Take that now. Thank you, Dancy Pants. So, yeah. We'll go ahead and let her murder stuff in the back. So, I'm going to go ahead and bring this episode to a close. Hey, buddy! And we're going to bring it back next time and jump on into the exciting world of being level 10 and continuing to avenge Pecan and honoring his memory. So, see you soon!